everyone. Well, what is it today? Today is July 24th, 2024, which sounds like it should be an auspicious day. July 24th, 2024. So I wanted to make a video about some struggles I've been having. Post-competition reverse dieting, I guess. Trying to figure out what to do in terms of a food plan. I think I could use a little more education and information from my new coach about some ideas and education around that. So that's a good idea to text him today and ask for some time. He's very busy, but I'm sure he'd be more than happy to fit me in. It's something I've always struggled with post-competition. So I really want to learn how to get it quote unquote right, or at least what's right for me, what's right for my goals post-competition. So my goals with this post-competition time, so I competed a week and a half ago, which seems like forever ago now, and it's only been a week and a half. And time when you're competing just is on this weird space-time continuum. It just makes no sense. But it's only been a week and a half, and so I want to give myself grace. So I competed July 13th, and I allowed myself to, my coach said, to go ahead and eat, Sunday and then get back on plan Monday. And Monday, I think I tried to get back on plan, but I did binge. Then I got back on plan, and then this last Monday, I binged. I was doing great all day, and then it was the evening, after my dinner, and I just went binge crazy, and I was hungry. I think I allowed myself to get too hungry, which is a trigger for me to not eat sooner. I like to eat, stay on top of my hunger, helps a lot. But I allowed myself to get overly hungry, which then triggered a binge and some other, I think, life stressors and things, some issues that were kind of on my mind that were not in my control, like other people had control. Like my accountants, my taxes have still not been finished from 2023. They're on an extension, but I turned my information in like February. So that gets me annoyed, angry, and stressed and anxious about it. I want it completed. But instead it stretches out all year long, and I hate that. So what's in my control is to email and say, hey, what's up? And I've been doing that consistently. So I did that again. And then I had ordered a new suit from my previous custom suit maker, and as usual, was late. It hadn't. So I also emailed or texted her. So I used the 12-step principle. I can't control things. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I can't control, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So what other people do is not in my control. What I can do is in my control. So I think about what can I do in my control. So I can text, I can email, I can make calls, I can find out information about something I have a question on. So that's what I do. But that feeling of powerlessness and things not being in my control is not my friend. And it is to no human. And it's one of my triggers, I think. So some of those things were on my mind, and some upcoming events that are, again, not in my control. Like there's a family event on Saturday, and I found out the freeway is going to be under construction. that day. So things like that just really are not my friend. So anyway, and I just think I was overly hungry, and maybe my body needed it because I had dropped in weight a lot. And so that certainly is a hunger trigger too. So like I said, I don't know what I'm doing really. I just am trying to learn and figure that out. So I wasn't sure about whether to stay at ultra low weight that I was at. So I was working on kind of refeeding and whatever that word is, post-competition diet to bring my weight to the, a good place for maintaining before my next competition, which is September 21st, which is a long way away in the space-time continuum. It's 9.5 weeks away. As of this Saturday, will be 8 weeks away, which is great. But so I have always had a hard time about post-competition, food, eating, hunger, food plan, reverse dieting. So I'm working on that. That is my current challenge and lesson and experiments, I guess. So post Monday binge, oh my God, I felt horrific. I felt mentally, emotionally, physically, psychologically horrific for 24 hours after that. Oh, just awful. So yesterday I really worked on staying on plan, adding some other things. Like I added some fruit in, and not eating past what I had in mind. And I have a new plan for myself on my cupboard taped up there on my cupboard right there. And so I added like some alternatives in this time. Like options are, if I'm hungry, have an extra clean meal, have a piece of fruit, add some avocado to some meals for some added fat. I was experimenting with adding a cream of rice meal, but that was really made me too full, which was kind of a trigger as well on Monday. Because I was experimenting with adding food in, and I got too full. Was that Sunday or Monday? One of those days. I was experimenting with putting some coconut yogurt in, but that turned into a trigger because it's just too processed for me now. I'm not used to that. I add rice protein powder. Sometimes in the past I've added peanut butter or almond nut butter and stuff. So, but it's a trigger. I ended up dumping the rest yesterday because it was just too much of a trigger for me personally. So processed food is not my friend when it comes to post-competition and maintaining and reverse dieting. So I'm learning. I gave away all my really high trigger foods. Well, not all of them. I gave away a lot of my high trigger foods to friends. I gave away the rice cakes that I ate on Monday. I gave away raisins. I gave away nuts. I gave away some protein bars I had stashed. I gave away... I still have stuff that I had managed, to binge on. But I use that for my competitions, prep, peak week, my peaking on competition day before and day. So far I'm trying to keep that stuff just upstairs, but I broke into that on Monday. But I don't want to because that's for my competitions. And it's expensive to buy that stuff. So, but if I need to, I will get rid of them. But I just look forward to my next competition so I can eat them again. Dates, the rice, honey, high carb, high sweet, my favorite stuff. But it's trigger stuff for me, which is why since I had a goal of losing my belly fat and my body fat from New Year's, I eliminated all sweets and most all carbs because it's so triggering for me. So I eliminated my high triggers. But for this competition protocol from my new coach, it's my high trigger foods. So that's what I'm struggling with. If I stay away from them, I'm not triggered by them. So, okay. So yesterday, post trigger, Tuesday, post binge, I really was challenged to stay on a clean, healthy, non-triggering food plan. And it was really a struggle day. It was struggly. I had high sweet tooth. I had a high cravings, but I knew I put in my head, because I weighed myself in the morning, which I don't usually do post binge, but I did. And I took photos, which I don't usually do post binge. And I set a goal, a weight goal to come down to from post binge weight. And I used that in my motivation for yesterday. So I wanted to, by this morning, drop my weight again. So this morning I did drop my weight. It wasn't as far as I had hoped. Because let's see, I put on 3 pounds. My binge, 2 pounds, 3 pounds, a lot. And I was hoping to drop that, but no, I dropped 1 pound. So my goal is to drop the next pound this week and maybe 1 to 2 more pounds this week. So I'll keep that in mind and get to my maintenance weight. So I'm working on figuring out what is my maintenance weight, what is my maintenance eating plan, and then what is my competition weight. And again, this is going to change because my goal is also to add more muscle back on my physique and make changes. So it's going to change. But for now, with the less muscle I have, then that means my competition weight is lower because I don't have as much muscle, which isn't good for my physique, but I'm working on that. I'm working on building muscle back in. So I'm looking at the pros and cons, sort of. You know, the negatives come very quickly, psychologically, emotionally, physically, just awful. Like I was at the gym this morning and I was like, the last 24 hours felt like a nightmare, a living nightmare. There are worse things for sure, but it felt that way. It felt like a living nightmare. So I don't want to go through that again. But I say that every time. But anyway, I have a lot of trauma, I think. I could use some therapy around this. And I could use some trauma therapy around this, is what I realized this morning. But I have a lot of trauma around weight, food, dieting, regaining weight. It's very traumatic for me. And it happens over and over again. So I'm very traumatized in this issue. So it's difficult for me. And I know it's difficult for a lot of people. So that's why I'm making this video. So I was diligent yesterday of eating clean. And I woke up this morning feeling so much better. I felt so bloated and toxic yesterday. This morning I woke up feeling so much better. The bloat felt gone. I mean, still a little bit, but not. And I don't feel toxic physically like I did yesterday. And so I woke up feeling happy and good. I weighed myself. I was almost a pound down. So I went to the gym with a smile on my face and a smile inside. And I felt so much happier. So I have a new plan as of this morning of my approach and some ideas for reverse dieting, maintenance, food plan, ideas. I have some good ideas. The problem is, that I've been dieting since December, and I start to forget how to eat normally, quote unquote, normal eating in a way that is sustaining my nutrition, sustaining my body, sustaining the physique I want, and the energy I want, and the fitness I want, and the goals I want. So I forget, and it takes a while, and questions to myself, what did I used to eat? What did I used to eat right here in this meal? And I had forgotten. So I'm starting to remember things that I filled in my diet usually, so that I can add when I need, when is necessary for my goals. And then yesterday, when I was hungry, and I was thinking, I asked myself the question, what am I hungry for? What am I really hungry for? And the answer was more broccoli. Like, I only allow myself 65 grams of broccoli with each meal. Like, that is not very much. And I would love to have this much broccoli with my meal. And I'm like, oh, well, that's probably doable right now. If I'm not in competition prep at the moment, and I don't have a competition around the corner, that's probably doable. So when I get to my maintenance weight that I want to keep, that is going to be my first option, is adding more broccoli, stuff like that, adding more vegetables, adding more low calorie foods. Like, it hadn't hit me to add more broccoli, like just load up on broccoli, have as much as I want, if I can maintain where I want to be. So the goal is very tricky. Scale, actual body fat, lean body mass, figure physique that I want, competition physique that I want, where, it's all very tricky, and along with my own triggers and cravings and what I want to eat, and it's tricky. So I'm in the midst of the struggle there, and I'm trying to keep a positive attitude, which is really difficult. And but I have a positive, I'm staying on the positive side. Like, this is learning. These are lessons for me, and learning, and I'm educating myself so I can actually sustain my goals as a figure bodybuilding athlete. And I know I can do it because other people have learned how to do it too. So I can learn too. And I watch videos, and I've listened to videos forever. So it's education for me, and I'm learning as I go. And the problem, another space-time continuum distortion problem, is that when I don't have success in what I'm trying to accomplish with the food, I feel hopeless. I feel like it's all over, game over, because in the past it was. And that's that trauma. That it's all over, it's hopeless. That's the end of my competing for now. And I don't want it to be true. I want to continue on in my competition goals for this year. I have more competitions set up. So, to be able to have a hopeful outlook, this next day is wonderful. So I am hopeful. I know it's possible. I'm figuring it out. And I wanted to share the struggle, because it's difficult for me. It's a challenge. But I'm learning as I go, and I'm writing down my lessons, and just taking it one thing at a time. And I'm really hopeful. It's only been a week and a half. So this Saturday, like I said, it'll be 8 weeks out to the next competition. And if I stay, as I stay at a good lean maintenance that my coach did give me a scale number to stay at. So by staying there, I'll be able to jump into like contest prep peak, a very quick one, and in a better, I think, physical state, because I am taking pictures of myself, progress pictures, like each day lately, even when I screw up, or even when I'm at a too low of a weight, or, what I think is a too low weight or too high of a weight. I'm taking pictures so that I can see changes depending on what I eat, what I weigh, how I weigh. And these are very helpful for me so far, and they're helpful for my coach. So today I took pictures and I thought, oh, this is a different physique right today. I'm still more full from my binge on Monday, but I'm not like 100 back overweight, like my mind fears. I'm still competition lean with a little fullness. And in fact, on competition day, I wanted a little more fullness. I wanted the leanness, which I had. I wanted a little more fullness with the leanness. So this is the struggle as a bodybuilding competitor. You want to be lean, but you want fullness in your muscle to fill out your physique, but you want that leanness. So the competitors I have that beat me have that at the day. So I'm thinking, I'm beginning to see 1 + 1 = 2 here. 1 + 1 + 1 + 1. 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 = 4. So before it was diet, lean down, do a quick carb up, lean down, peak week protocol for the stage. Now I'm seeing maybe if I don't have to go through the whole dieting way down phase, there's other possibilities that I haven't been able to explore yet with my bodybuilding competition and my physique. So that is very exciting. So more to come. This is long enough as it is, but I wanted to share the struggle, let you know. And hopefully I am now going to be on the other side and going to really be able to implement my lessons and be successful in my approach that I want to implement for the next 8.5 weeks. 8.5 weeks? 9.5 weeks? 8.5 weeks? 8.5 weeks. Yes, that is the goal. 8.5 weeks. Space-time continuum says that's forever. True life says that's not that long. So 8.5 weeks. So to maintain around where I am currently, so my body and my muscles have the ability to grow in the gym and stay a little fuller when I lean down, suck down for the stage. Interesting. We will see. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye.